Okay, so let's start with the shell motif itself. Let's do a little swatch for that. Here I have just casted on the stitches I need and purled them once. So now that I can start working on the right side, I have one extra stitch for each side, so I can show you where to place the stitch marker at the beginning and the end of the shell motif. We start with yarn over, then knit 1, purl 2, and repeat the knit 1, purl 2 to the end of the shell motif. And after the last repeat of knit 1, purl 2, we knit 1, do a yarn over, and place marker after the yarn over, and then knit the extra stitch. Turning the work, next row is a wrong side row. Here we're going to purl the first extra stitch, slip the marker, purl the yarn over and leave a hole there, so no twisting. Do a new yarn over, purl 1, knit 2. So knit or purl the stitches as they appear on the shell motif. And coming to the end of the shell, we purl the last stitch before the yarn over, and now do a new yarn over before we purl the last yarn over. Slip the stitch and purl the last stitch, the extra stitch. Turn work around to work on the right side again and knit the extra stitch, slip the marker, knit 1, knit the yarn over and make a new yarn over, and then knit 1, purl 2. So you always do the new yarn over closer to the shell motif. So if you are in the beginning of the shell motif, you do the yarn over after the yarn over from last row, and when you come to the end of the shell motif, you first do the new yarn over and then you knit the yarn over from the last row. This way the holes the yarn overs create follow the edge of the shell. And again, turning the work, purling the extra stitch here, slipping the marker, purling 2 stitches here before we come to the yarn over, purling the yarn over, creating a new yarn over, and then purl, knit 2 until you come to the end of the shell. And here, after the repeats, purling 1, creating a new yarn over closer to the shell, then purling the last yarn over, and then purling 2 stitches before slipping the marker and then purling the edge stitch. So here you can now see that the stitches between the markers are increasing. Yarn overs stay right beside the shell, and there are created these knit stitches beside the marker. Here I have now completed the rows with the increases, and you can see the beautiful holes here between the knit stitches. And we're going to turn around for the purl side, the wrong side of the work, and we're beginning the row with the last increases and where we're starting the decreases. So purling the edge stitch, slipping this marker and purling until we get to the yarn over, purling the yarn over, making one last yarn over, purling 1, and here we are knitting these 2 stitches together. So the 2 knit stitches on the wrong side are knit together, and then purling the stitch between them, knitting the 2 knit stitches together and purling. And we are doing this till the end of the shell. And here we have the last set of 2 knit stitches that we're going to knit together, purl the last purl stitch, make a yarn over, purl the yarn over, and purl to the marker, slip the marker, purl the extra stitch, and turn the work. And now to the second decrease row, knitting the extra stitch, slipping the marker, now knitting to the yarn over, knitting the yarn over, leaving a hole again, but this time we're not doing a new yarn over. We're moving straight to the next stitch and slip, slip, knitting together the knit stitch and the next purl stitch. So decreasing the purl stitches from between these knit columns here. Here, decreasing the last purl stitch, knitting the last knit stitch, knit the yarn over, and knit to the marker, slip the marker, and knit the edge stitch. Now we have decreased all the yarn over increases away, and now we have the same amount of stitches on the needle as what we started with. And here again you can see the holes of the yarn overs right next to the shell motif. Now when the back panel is done, we want to pick up stitches from this shoulder line here. And my tip is to count the stitches on the needle of how many stitches you need to pick up for the shoulder, and you can then follow the line of the stitch up to the cast on edge. This is especially helpful when you're picking up for the other shoulder, the right shoulder, because you are starting from the middle of the work right beside where the neck opening is, so it's easier to know from which stitch you want to start picking up. But here we're starting to pick up for the left shoulder, so we are starting from right at the edge here. We want to use the tail of yarn when we're picking up the stitches so that we can start knitting on the right side. And one tip for estimating how much yarn you need is to wrap your yarn around the needle as many times as many stitches you need, and then maybe taking a little bit of extra to be sure to have a rough estimate. But then we are taking the tail of yarn and using that to pick up one stitch per one stitch from the cast on edge. I find these first stitches to be a bit fiddly, but trust the process here. And when you come to the cable, pay extra attention that you are picking up the same amount of stitches as for you have in the cable. So really paying attention that you take one stitch for every stitch. So for the purl stitch and the stitches for the cable. You can also, before you start picking up the stitches for the cable, you can check that you have the right amount already picked up by counting the live stitches you have on the bottom of the back panel, how many stitches you have from the edge to the cable, and then count that you have the same amount of stitches picked up before you start picking up for the cable. This is just to ensure that the seam and when the cable follows on the front panel as well, the transition on the seam is as smooth as possible. And now, because we used the tail of the yarn to pick up these stitches, we can just slide the needle to the other side and start knitting from the right side. Because this shell motif creates that little bump in the neck, you have the option to do a little bit of extra shaping to help minimize that. Here, define the spot where the front panel and the back panel meet and count from there towards the middle and start picking up stitches starting from closer to the center of the neck, working your way towards the seam and continuing picking up the stitches for the shoulder front panel as well. This is on the left side of the neck, so on the right side you would start picking up the stitches from the front panel, working towards the seam and then continuing your way towards the center of the neck. So same thing, just mirroring it on the other side. Here I have the stitches picked up. I'm going to cut the yarn and then slide my needle to the other side so that I can start working again from the right side. But I'm going to first slip the first stitches because we're going to work short rows starting from the middle and working our way slowly towards the edge stitches. So here I am taking a new yarn and attaching it and knitting these few stitches here in the middle, then turning my work and using the technique from German short rows, making a double stitch and purling these stitches, going a couple of stitches further than where I joined the new yarn, and again turning the work, making a double stitch here at the turn and knitting again a bit further than on the last time, and remember to knit the double stitch as one stitch. Work a total of 6 rows of these short rows, always going a bit further than on the last row. On the last right side row, when you go 2 stitches past the double stitch, you will have 1 stitch left on the needle. That one will stay there, and then working on the last wrong side row, we will work all the stitches on the left side needle. So after the last double stitch, working the last stitch, purling it, and then turning the work. And here we have this triangle shape thing beside the shell motif. You can now cut the yarn and leave these stitches on hold. You can transfer them to another needle or just leave them on the same one. Now, after you have repeated that on the other side as well, we are going to start picking up the stitches for the neckband from the middle of the shell. So right from the middle of the neck, picking up stitches coming towards this triangular shaped thing we just did. And now when you come to it, just knit the stitches that are on hold here. They will be a part of the neck stitches. And remember to knit the last double stitch as one stitch when you come to it, and then you have the last stitch we didn't work on the short rows. Just knit that and then continue picking up stitches for the neckband. And do the same thing on the other side. When you come to the other triangle shape, just incorporate the stitches on the neck stitches. Thank you for knitting the Simpukka sweater with me. I hope you enjoyed.